Hello and welcome to this short video which will look at recent results from the Anhalt Nations Brand Index Survey, which tells us how the world sees Britain. First of all, a little bit of background about the survey. It's a syndicated annual study that looks at sentiments towards 50 nations worldwide across a range of different dimensions. Each year, roughly 1,000 online consumers in each of 20 countries are asked a whole series of questions. It's important to recognise that this is largely based on perceptions rather than first-hand experience. For example, in the 2014 study, only 26% of those surveys had visited Britain for a holiday, while 30% had visited Britain for some reason. Now let's take a look at the headline results. The tables show us how Britain was ranked out of 50 nations. Overall, we can see that Britain is a particularly strong nation brand, being rated third in 2014, a position we have now held since 2011. Moving on to the tourism dimension of the nation brand, the good news here is that overall we moved up one place to third. Within the individual attributes that make up this part of the nation brand, we can also see that we moved up one place for aspiration to visit were money no object, taking us to fifth spot. One area of comparative weakness, however, is how we are perceived for being rich in natural scenic beauty, where we are rated 20th. Looking at the culture dimension of the brand, we fell one place in 2014 on the overall measure, but when we look at the individual attributes, we can see that we did move up one place for excelling at sport. Finally, looking at the people dimension, and in particular how welcoming we are perceived to be as a destination, it is evident that whilst in 2013 we had moved up into 10th place, in 2014 we returned to a position of 13th. Now let's take a look at how visitors and potential visitors from different markets covered by the study perceive Britain. If we look for patterns in the colour, starting from top to bottom, we can see very clearly that UK residents rate Britain very highly across all of the key dimensions. But so too do those in places such as Australia, Sweden, South Korea, and indeed the United States. It's a somewhat different story in some of the Latin American countries such as Argentina, Brazil and Mexico, also in Egypt, Russia and Turkey. Then looking from left to right, we can see that there are only two rows of the table where there are a number of orange cells. Firstly in terms of natural beauty, but here there is quite a wide range. Brits rate the UK third, and indeed those in India also place us firmly in the top 10, whereas those in markets such as Poland and Russia rate us less favourably. Finally, the very bottom row of the table, which looks at welcome. We can see again here that there is quite a range, with those in the US rating us very favourably, and also those in Australia doing likewise, whereas some of the Latin American markets again rate us relatively weakly, but it is most noticeable that it is those in Turkey who rate us least well. So until next time, do remember that you can find much more on this on our website visitbritain.org in the most recent edition of Foresight. Bye bye.